Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Blog Spot. This is going to be audio only because I'm playing catch up right now. Okay, let's get started. And this is going to be about Jussie Smollett's case, but it's really about Kim Foxx and Dan Webb. Okay, here we go. Investigation finds abuses and failures in handling of first Jussie Smollett case. And this comes from NPR, and it came out on August 17th. As we all know, in 2019, Kim Foxx dropped the charges against Jussie Smollett. On August 17th, Dan Webb, who is the special prosecutor, announced the findings of his investigation into the handling of the case. Dan Webb released the findings of months-long investigation into the Cook County State's Attorney's Office handling of the case against Jussie Smollett. Dan Webb said he found substantial abuses of discretion and operational failures, but nothing to support any criminal charges. The Office of the Special Prosecutor started its investigation into the state's attorney's office and Chicago Police Department in August 2019. After more than 50 interviews, 50 subpoenas, 26,000 documents, along with tons of text message data and audio recordings, Dan Webb issued a lengthy public memo summarizing the main findings, quote, in the interests of justice, end quote. The Office of the Special Prosecutor, or OSP, reported that one of its main lines of questioning was whether State's Attorney Foxx's sudden decision to dismiss initial charges was influenced in an improper manner by prominent people who reached out to her to discuss the initial Jussie Smollett case. The OSP said the investigation showed no evidence that would support any criminal charges against Foxx or anyone working at her office. It did, however, say that it had identified 3 substantial abuses of discretion and failures in the office's prosecution and resolution of the case. The statement noted, among other points, that the dropping of the charges against Jussie Smollett didn't hinge on new evidence and surprised or shocked lawyers who worked in the state's Attorney's Office Criminal Division. The OSP alleged that Foxx's office breached its obligations of honesty and transparency by making false and or misleading statements to the public regarding Foxx's recusal from the case. The office's subsequent dismissal of the case and the extent of Foxx's communications with Jussie Smollett's sister, Journey. Dan Webb said one false statement was that the relatively easy terms for dropping the charges, including the community service and a monetary penalty, didn't represent a new or unusual practice for the state's attorney's office. The OSP also said its evidence relating to false and misleading public statements may rise to the level of a violation of legal ethics by State's Attorney Foxx and Cook County State's Attorney's Office lawyers. And of course, the State's Attorney's Office fired back and released a statement saying that it rejects the OSP's characterizations of its exercises of prosecutorial discretion and private or public statements has abuses of discretion or false statements to the public. While the release does not say so, any implication that statements made by the Cook County State's Attorney's Office were deliberately inaccurate is untrue, it wrote in their statement to the OSP. Fox's office added it has already made a number of changes to its operations, such as hiring a new ethics officer and clarifying its recusal plan. I'm going to stop there for a moment just to say that 4 people from the state attorney's office quit. 3 or 4, I think it was 4 though, when Kim Foxx dropped the charges against Jussie Smollett. Okay, let's continue. The Office of the Special Prosecutor said it did not find evidence showing Foxx was involved in decision-making on the case after her recusal, though it maintains she was provided with frequent updates after that point. Nor did it develop evidence of improper influence by any outside parties in the office's decision-making. Just another quick note. Well, yeah, Fox is going to get updates because she's the boss. I'm just saying. Okay, let's continue. Now, this video is in the state case. This is not the federal case. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Please like and share the video, post your comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you soon with more Jussie Smollett news. Bye.